by a right hook. If you repeatedly get punched in the face by a right hook, right? Every single day and around the same time by the same person, your body's gonna have a reaction of when this person is coming, raising a hand to protect that right part of your face. Because you're thinking that it's gonna give you a right hook, right? So checking the system is like, hey, your body's ready for a right hook. If you were to have a left hook, you're fucked. You're gonna be checking the system. I wanna restart riding. Now here's the situation, right? Now this is a big announcement. This is a huge announcement. I'm gonna stop calling this one of these intros. We're gonna be calling them State of Mind from Town. State of Mind. So another one of huge news announcement time. I'm gonna be restarting to write. I want to restart writing, and I want to restart writing because I missed it, but also and this is kind of crazy, but because I feel I need to fulfillment, right? And I want to restart writing corn. Why corn in particular? That's a very good question. That's a very good question because we're forming a playthrough. It'll take a week at the very least to do it, right? And I want to restart writing corn because with the other phone, which is threefold, I'm gonna have one screen, which is music, one screen that's camera, and one screen that is the tower. Then also do that. So corn, I don't have to use it. I don't have to film it because I can't film it because otherwise I'll get in big trouble. And I feel like writing. And at the same time, I was know that it was very popular. And ultimately speaking, this is going to be a way to regain popularity. But regain popularity not in the sense of I want new followers, but in the sense of, you know what, this was something that I was doing that made me popular. That was something that I was doing that was making me popular. That popularity made me feel good about myself. And this popularity making me feel good about myself gave me confidence. Now, ultimately speaking, and this is the crazy part, this is insane. This is, you have to be like a demented, you have to be Hugo from Lost to understand that. If, and only if, right? Only if I was gonna be working out, I would have done 2 months from October to November of just losing weight. And if I was even more insane, I was like, okay, well, you know what? We just spent 2 months losing the weight. We're doing 2 months of gaining weight with muscle mass. Right? And because we did this, we are stronger than ever, right? I'm gonna do this, and the plan is to be the winter when we cannot do shit, to be actually writing. Be writing. Why do we want to write? And be honest. But how can I say this? It's gonna be a very sad story. I didn't lie to you guys when I said I was writing. Didn't lie about that. I'm being honest. I used to have a weapon account, and I still have some of the text. I, however, didn't find it interesting to mention that I also wrote 2 books that are complete trash. They're complete trash. And because those books are complete trash, well, I I didn't feel comfortable because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I also write a horror story last year. Do you remember how that ended? I remember. It didn't end well. So I don't want to do that, right? So with corn, I think I'm gonna get confident. I think I'm gonna get more confident to write more stuff. Because I'm confident to write more stuff, then I will be in a good position. And that's pretty much it. So yeah. I don't know. Yo no sabes como I don't know. I have no clue. I look in the bathroom, I'll be right back. Stop. This is gonna be breaking again. Oh. There you go. I feel like such a douche for wearing a hat in September, but it's October. Man, I have to call Green Day to wake them up. I have to call Green Day to wake them up. Wake me up when September ends. So I'm really happy writing. And then, if I have time, what I'm going to be doing, only if I have time, is streaming. Because I want to stream from Fortnite because we took 3 days off of streaming. And because we took 3 days off of streaming, there's consequences to that. What are the consequences, my dear Hink? We're behind schedule. That's pretty much it. So anyway, I love you guys so much. I'm going to see you guys very soon. And I'll see you very soon in this next video, which is in a couple of seconds. Love you guys, take it easy. Sorry if those videos are long, it's just there's so much going on in my real life, you know. And I don't know what to talk to about that. It's insane. I said that I'm helping a lot of people lately, which is true. Can I tell them about that? No. I can't tell anybody about it. So the way of talking about it is truth and news. This is a diary entry. Dear diary. Yeah, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. John Lancashire, baby. Welcome to the show. I'm just doing well for having a wonderful day on this 1st October 2025. Wake me up when September ends. I'm just doing well. Today we're talking about the pleasure of doing TikTok live. And this is going to be seen like a kissing ass video, but it's not. It's coming from somewhere around, I think it's on the left side, but maybe the right side. The heart, of course, you got it. You little university students of medicine. The joy of making TikTok live. So lately I've been complaining about the fact that we're not doing so well, morally speaking, emotionally speaking, mentally speaking. It's not a big deal. But we've been feeling very unmotivated. First is depression, motivated is even worse because like I want to live, I want to have fun, but I don't know how, you know. So it's kind of the opposite of depression, right? And when I look at the last 3 days, which is not including today, it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which is the last 3 days, right? We did it live every single time, and I just felt a lot of joy from those live. And I just wanted to say thank you because the only thing that I feel like I'm doing that's purposeful is those TikTok live. I know this sounds kind of crazy because you do so much more than just TikTok live, but they feel, I can't tell the way I feel. They feel purposeful. They feel like I'm doing something that's kind of interesting. They feel like, yes, I'm wearing a beanie, but it's October, so chill. They feel like we're accomplishing something. They feel like, hey, we're having a talk. And I'm gonna be honest, with the motivation lacking, I'm trying to find joy elsewhere, which is not at work, because at work I love the job, but it's 3 days a week, so I kind of get attached. I'm making content, but right now I don't feel like making content. You see, this is the craziest thing. Do I like making content? Absolutely. Do I feel like making content? No. I don't know why. You know sabes por qué? I just feel like speaking Spanish. Why? Because we're watching Breaking Bad, possibly. Possibly. I'm just gonna put it out there. And we die at 86, which is the new best. How do I know that? I'm a genius. Because I'm a mother freaking genius. Yes, we have another. This is the 5th playthrough of a different game though. So yeah. It's kind of cool because, you know, when you're not motivated, you really put in question what you're doing. You really put in question, is it worth doing? So for example, right? For example, you're doing, you're hungry, right? And you have a chance. And this is also called extreme laziness. But for the sake of the argument only, we're gonna pretend like this is not what it is. Okay. So you're hungry, and like, what do I, Mr. X, Mrs. Y, what do I want to eat, right? Do I want to eat a chicken parm, or do I want to eat a grilled cheese? Do I want to eat a beef bourguignon, or do I want to have a Chef Wellington beef, right? And it's, the only difference here is how much time it takes to prepare, right? But there's more than that. It's how much effort, it's how much ingredient, it's how much research you have to do, right? And then you realize that by the time that you finish, you could have ate the other meal, right? And then you cook it and you realize that it wasn't even worth it, right? And this is what we're doing with motivation. But with the TikTok live, I feel like, you know what? This is a solid meal, and I'm going to talk to you guys. And I gotta say, a couple shout outs. Sucks 3 days ago. You were amazing. Super cool. Before yesterday was Anna. We talked out offline, which was also super cool. And we texted Jessica yesterday, which was, again, at the latest, of course. Your boy is 32 years old, single, and you know it's waiting on his mind, you know. But just talking to these people, and I feel like the lives are, again, it's just. And it's crazy because is it the hardest thing that I do? No. Is it the most rewarding thing that I do? No. Is it the most social thing that I do? Absolutely. And I think the social aspect is what we're needing, right? And now that we're doing them, it's just kind of insane because you would have talked to me like 3 weeks ago. I was like, well, I prefer making content. You would have talked to me about a month ago. I was like, I don't feel like making it live because there's troll, you know. And now because it's a social aspect. Again, I'm super lucky because right now the comedy is only positive, and then I'm talking about doing a live, it's positive. So I don't really mind doing lives, right? And then it's pretty much it. So we're having fun with that. Today they're not because there's a tournament and I'm working. Tomorrow we're back. Then I'm gonna take a Friday back, and then we're gonna take a break on Saturday because your boy has tournament, right? So when I talk about that, the important thing behind it is that as soon as it is, there's a tournament, and because of the tournament, there's priorities, and because there's a priorities, I'm like, okay, well, what should I do? Right? What should I do? It's insane because we're doing a new playthrough, and that playthrough is retro, and it's not the greatest, right? And well, it's a cool game, but we don't have a lot of this. Oh, that's super nice. Forsaking Anna. Actually, don't know what that is. There's no way. I think it is. Was it important? We just mentioned Anna, so. But I don't know if it's her or not. We're seeing a video that was 7 years ago, so. I don't know what that is. Confirmation. Shout out. Shout out for Forsaken Anna. She is a awesome bean. Awesome beans. And when I say awesome beans, you get to choose. Am I saying B-E-I-N-J or am I saying B-E-A-N-S? One of them is delightful. One of them is a huge compliment, depending on what you want to be. Yeah, the TikTok life. And it's the fact that we're communicating, the fact that we're socializing, you know. I was, and this is again, this is a very complex thing, but we're going to try to explain it and it makes sense. It's stupid, but the governmental worker, I can't name her because we had this report and I don't want to find out because she knows about the thing. And let, for example, if she watched one video that I say her name, she will cut me up. She has a big office. There's possibly a knife in there, or 2 or 3. But then I also have a knife on me, or 2 or 3. So then it's a bloodbath, and I don't want to do that again. Last week was so messy. I don't want to do it again, you know. And she was talking about how there's a literal multiple personality disorder, right? Where I am in a position where I'm fucking up because this is kind of bad. I don't know. I don't know. It's so complex. It's so complex because if I'm on TikTok Live and I'm being myself, then it's realizing that I'm doing is myself, which is great. If I'm on social media and I'm socializing, but socializing happen as ink, then this defeats the purpose. And because it defeats the purpose, then what's the point? I'm gonna charge my phone again. Why was I so happy that she commented? Well, first of all, she's a really good person. Second of all, she's going through something right now, and she's still being a classic gal, a classic gal with some guts. So yeah, I'm talking like a brain rot mofos. Oh, she's also a mom, so there you go. Charging my little kid so I can make some vids. I died in this one, but these three I'm good. It's 50, so I have to wait until there's a minutes more. And if I do, I forsake you, and then we'll be happy. I gotta check if I'm charging right. I'm not. Don't know if I'm charging right. Maybe I have to stop. I don't know what to do. Yeah. But then the purpose of being social as Steph versus being social as Ink, the whole idea of a purpose or a concept doesn't mean that you're trapped in that concept, doesn't mean that you're enslaved by the idea that you're self-made, right? Well, I want to be vegan, right? But at this restaurant, they don't serve any vegan meals. Am I gonna not eat? Or am I gonna find this thing that I'm doing and make me feel a little less guilty about it? And because I did it, I'm gonna do something nice for a vegan, what you call it? A vegan organism. And because I ate a food that I was not supposed to eat as a vegan, then I partake in activity that made people aware about veganism and the importance of veganism. And because I made an effort to socialize being vegan, then the purpose at the end of the day was more purposeful than just eating a piece of meat. I ate a piece of meat, I felt guilty, therefore I sought absolution. I sought a forgiveness of some kind. And I ended up doing more good and seeking this forgiveness that I did and establishing the reason why I had to be forgiven. You know? It's complex, but it's beautiful at the same time. Anyway, Ink, you talk so fucking much, bro. I love you. I really do. Shout out to Forsaken Anna. Shout out to my mom, my dad. Shout out to my neighbors. Sup, dude? He's not watching, but if he is, like, oh man, he told me sup, dude, and I wasn't there. It's okay, bro. I forgive you. There's nobody, or is there? Take it easy. Don't blink, you should blink. Yank. Welcome, commentary show. Whether we walks are having a wonderful day. Letting the beautiful bird called geese carry you to sleep. What a beautiful little nap. But we ain't got time to nap because, my friends, this is Tourney Talk. This is gonna be talk for not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but now 5 playthrough. Now this is not a tower, this is another game, but it is as meaningful as a tower. Now, I'll be completely honest, we've upgraded a shit ton the tower, so it should be muchos gustos. So without further ado, let's freaking go. We're gonna buy 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chasse? No, it's a Shinch, but we don't have enough. And then we're gonna go in tournaments. Y'all ready for this? Yep, I am ready. Yo soy un plaise. But I end this, right? How do I feel about the tower right now? We're doing really good. We have a new playthrough, which is not a tower, but still. How do I feel? Is very positive because yes, it's a pain in the ass to do. The shield and the sword. However, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel is what? It is the fact that there's improvements. It's the fact that it will take us a lot less time to upgrade everything for the shield and the sword than it took us to with the crown. Why? Well, first of all, elite cell, duh. But second of all, is because we're more aware or hyper aware of what we're doing. There's also the fact that we are, I don't know, happy-go-lucky, you know? expression that I love. I learned it not too long ago. 3%. So I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to go, and that's pretty much it. So, tournament. Thank you. Perfect. Good. Okay. So now, let's focus on this. I want to make sure that we don't have. Ooh, I fucked up. Holy mistakes. I didn't even start the tournament in Shield. We are Platinum. Do I have the same as these two? Because now Krone is Platinum. And the answer is nay. Super happy. So yeah, so again, the sword and the shield are disastrous. However, the sword and the shield are basically blank slates, and it's kind of crazy to think of them as blank slates because each of these playthroughs have respectively a year old, so they're not new, but there's so much left to do. And at the same time, what is insane is that Crown was basically the baby or the eldest son, the prodigy son, but Shield and Sword are old enough to have a ton of new content in there, right? And this is kind of cool. Now we're gonna do a third playthrough, which is Evolution. I'm possibly gonna be. That depends. I'm talking because I want to make sure that we're filming. Fucked. While I'm waiting for this, we're possibly gonna be introducing Evolution, right? Now for Resistance, this is kind of cool because Resistance we know what to do. Now, oh, Ink, you're dumb. The recording stopped on here. Sorry. Yes, this is a 13 years old tablet. 13 years old. If you can tell, I'm in a good mood today. Chatting with a couple of ladies. It's tough, dude. It's really tough. Because this is an old tablet and it doesn't work properly. And we got this one who doesn't charge properly. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all up here. If up here is good, the rest is good also. So the resistance we know exactly what to do, and the resistance is the easiest to do because it's the every single thing that was implied that was introduced later on are now introduced, and you're like, okay, well, I don't have to do shit. I just have to make sure that we're playing the game, right? Now, usually speaking, the resistance, there's also the fact that it's a free to play, so I'm not as tough with it as I would be with other playthrough. If I got a pimple, should pop your pimple, guys. But if you were to do it on camera for views, you shouldn't show your tits to a stranger. But if you do it, show it on camera for views. Speaking of, give me a second. I'm gonna take off my shirt. No, a lot of people left. Thank God, the real one stayed behind. Welcome to the real video. Today we're talking about the Urshi conspiracy. No, okay. Resistance, we're able to do whatever we want to do, whatever we want to do, which is great, and that's kind of important, right? That's kind of important, and yeah, I'm happy, guys. I'm happy. We're doing good. We're busy. Life is complex right now, in a good way. In a really good way, right? Resistance in itself is kind of great because it's not a blank slate. See, Shield and Sword are a blank slate because I have restriction. Crown isn't a blank slate because right now what we're doing is we're upgrading things that need to be upgraded, but we're also really behind when it comes to labs. There's a ton of labs that I can do that are more time worthy, I guess. And we got to coin a Plento. I'm gonna go with Plenty, but I like Socrates and Plato, so I'm gonna name drop them. It's just nice. It's just nice. But with Resistance at the same time, the Resistance is a totally different game because I got the experience of the Crown, the Shield, and the Sword, but I don't have the restriction of the Shield and Sword, and I'm not as far, or I didn't play as much. So pretty simple, right? Crown we played 2 years, okay? So one of those years didn't have Elite, didn't have Module, didn't have Guild. So we played for 1 year, which was really fun, but not optimal. Shield and Sword played for the same time, but were optimal, or more optimal at least, than the first one, right? Than the Crown. Because they were more optimal than Crown, the time was better spent, if you will. And yeah. So, with Resistance, there's just a nonsense of fun to have, but at the same time, Resistance also have some sort of um, Resistance also has some sort of restriction, which is it's free to play. For example, right now there's an amazing um, relics, which is 4% speed with lab, which is insane. And yeah, now for the last one, it's gonna be evolution. We've been talking about it a lot. So this is top secret product. So if you were to steal ID, get the fuck out of here. But if you were to get interested, please come in. We got Chip, we got Guru. I wish we had some candies, but we're all out. So with what we have right now, with the Evo, I want to buy myself, and I already started saving money, which is great. I want to buy myself a threefold. So either the Huawei Ultimate, Mate XT Ultimate, or the the Galaxy G Fold. And Galaxy G Fold, I know for a fact that they can run 3 screens. So the evolution will be not only working like this, but doing every single thing. So we want to write. We're going to be writing. We want to write. So we'll be writing. We want to do a bunch of stuff, a bunch of things. And we'll be doing them. Reaction, TikTok Live, workouts. They're all going to be on this phone. But because this phone has 3 different screens, we're going to do a screen record, which will be good for all 3 of them. Because it's good for all 3 of them, then you don't have to worry about, hey, I'm making 3 videos. You can do literally 3 things at once, which is kind of crazy. See, right now, what are we doing? We're technically doing 3 things, right? We're filming, we're playing the tower. That is pretty much it. So that'd be cool. And I can do, again, TikTok Live filming. I can do some reaction, one screen, the mirrored one screen, the freaking YouTube video, which would be amazing. We can literally play the tower on one screen, and on the 2 other screen play another game, which is Seven Nights Rebirth, Tokyo Break the Chains, plenty of games, right? Now, that's it for the Evo. Just write also. I want to go back to writing. I miss writing a lot. So I'm gonna go for writing again. And yeah, my crush just commented on a video. Right? I didn't know it was her, but this is insane. This is insane. We just uploaded, by the way, a 6 hours video, and this is kind of insane. So why did we start a new playthrough? Well, the reality is, I found myself a nice. I just love this girl. You're crushing, bro. You're crushing, right? So yeah, recently we found this old tablet. Now this old tablet has a whole history to it. I'm gonna talk about it because I'm gonna make a video specific for that. But long story short, back in the days, you could buy a phone for $500. You got $300 of in-store shop. So with a tablet, that tablet didn't serve any purposes other than watching YouTube. Then we started playing on it, which was Final Fantasy. Then I found it again, and I was like, you know what? The problem that I have right now is I need the computer to work or the TV to work. Now with the TV, the TV it's not great because the TV I'm gonna watch a Netflix show, and those Netflix shows are gonna be 1 time the speed. I can use a computer for that, but I'm working on a computer, so we have 5 devices, right? 5 devices. 4 of those are using the tower, so I can actually use it. I have the computer, but I'm working on it, right? I'm starting to write again, and because I'm using the computer, I want to watch on TV. I can watch YouTube, but the problem with YouTube is I don't feel like I'm maximizing my usage of time. because I cannot react to videos on YouTube right off the video. And what's the point of using 4 device to maximize your time if you're gonna be wasting time on the side, right? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so we did that. So I saw the tablet and I was like, holy shit! I can watch literally YouTube on it. I can watch Netflix on it. Netflix works on this one. And that's pretty much it. So it doesn't work. YouTube doesn't work anymore. TikTok doesn't work anymore. Netflix doesn't work anymore. Nothing works anymore. I went to the game store. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is not a loss. We can still use the tower. And the plan was to do a no commentary because on this one there's microphone or mute. Like, okay, let's say do mute. And retro. So by retro, we're gonna be using the worst possible. This phone, this tablet is so old it doesn't need SD card anymore. We're gonna be using the worst possible. Well, not worst possible, but we're using 480p quality, which is stupid, dumb, but kind of funny. So I go in and we downloaded the tower, and the tower is not available on this device because it's not compatible with this version. So we ended up downloading Final Galaxy, and because we ended up downloading Final Galaxy, we're playing Final Galaxy, which is not a great game, I gotta say, but it's fun. It's fun, and it's kind of the tower. So the plan is to do the same as the tower, and just have something in the background while we play, and just have some fun. And if we can have some fun, then what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I'm excited. I'm excited because so far it has been kind of good. And it sucks because it's a complete, and I mean complete copy of the tower. From the stats, from the ultimate weapon, for the way it worked, for the tier, I really feel like it's ripping off the tower. But at the same time, you know, it's just a game. You're just playing a game. And I feel bad because the tower is such a perfect game, but at the same time, I don't want to have 6 playthrough. 6 playthrough would be too much, don't you think? Don't you think? 6 playthrough will be way too much. So we're in a position where we get to do whatever we need to do and have some fun. And that's why we're playing Galaxy. Yes, I felt the need to justify myself. It's nuts though. Yeah, we need to do a mission for the ads. It's a daily mission too. It's kind of crazy because if you disable ads, it will not give the mission. But if you don't disable ads, they will give the mission. Right? So yeah, the resistance is going super good. We didn't die yet, which is kind of crazy. Small plans for next. Well, right now what we're doing the Final Defender. I'm gonna see how it works. Final Defender, however, it's not possible because Final Defender in itself is a great game. However, you do need to do what? You do need to watch it because a lot of the time
Hey boss, $500. I want
a lot of the time what's gonna happen is the recorder's gonna stop and then you have to watch, right? So this is kind of crazy, but at the same time, hey, and I'm surprised because we have 12 gigs of storage. I was able to do everything, which means we have 5 gigs of storage over. And 5 gigs of storage at 480p is 6 hours. So we get to play this for 6 hours per day. And that's the 6 hours we didn't have, well, we had before, but that's still. However, the battery is shitty. The CPU is shitty. The RAMs are super shitty. So, yeah. That is it. But I'm happy. So, what I'm going to do is, let us continue this video. Soon, we're not going to be able to do any more of, we're not going to be doing any more of these bad boys. Now, ultimately speaking, I think the next step in our evolution would kind of be to have, for shield and sword, the next step, which would be really, really cool, would possibly be to have enhanced lab enhanced. So the free upgrade would still work and we still get to upgrade attack and defense. And it would be kind of cool because enhanced lab, we would be able to unlock so much stuff and it could be really nice. With Crown, I'm gonna be annoying, but Crown is perfect right now. Crown is a position where I only need to work on 2 things, which is finishing the it's charging slowly but surely. I'm finishing the lab speed and lab coin discount, and they're both over 96. I think there's 90. I think lab speed is 98 and lab coin discount is 93. That's a new high score. That is a new high score, baby. That's huge. That is huge, bro. That is huge. Yeah, we just need to finish the lab speed, and I'm gonna have all 5 of them. 5 of them. The first thing I'm doing, the very first thing I'm doing is we are doing. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna sound crazy, but that's not. It's gonna be doing Death Wave, Death Wave, Death Wave, Death Wave, because we had Death Wave as an ultimate weapon and we didn't really upgrade. The problem with the crown is we had so many great ultimate weapons, but we never really put some stone in there. It's like, okay, well, let's unlock the next one, then let's unlock the next one, and then let's unlock the next one, right? So now that we did that, oh, I fucked up. Now that we did that, it's kind of cool. It's kind of really cool because we can work on it. And then what happened is they really boost the Death Wave, which is kind of crazy. You know what's insane? Because this is before I started watching the Discord, right? And if you look at it, the 3 main ultimate weapons are Black Hole. We did die at the rank 10. Okay, we're good. Rank 10 is actually pretty good because I couldn't have done much better. So this is a great thing. Rank 10, 87. We would get 60 and 18. Now it's gonna be a question about doing that. But we're not gonna do this. We're gonna be going back home. We're home because I don't have the storage and I don't have the batteries. So I love you guys. I'll make another video tomorrow about the ranking of each playthrough. But don't worry, we are still filming, and because we are still filming, we are still gonna be doing. We're just gonna be playing the tournament. So we're gonna have some decent result, or as good of a result I can offer you guys, which is not that much, but still. And yeah, let's freaking go. We got this, we got this, we got this, we got this. I love you guys. Take it easy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Don't. Oh my god, 60 minutes. I'm gonna get your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. You guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this glorious 1st October 2025. Today, we are doing a game review, a mobile game review. We are reviewing Final Defender. Okay. So this is kind of cool because this is a game that we started 2 days ago. Now, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of the tower. If you needed some convincing, well, 1, 2, we also have the one here. This is playing the tower. Another one here, right? So I found 8 tablets that I own for more than a decade, and I was like, okay, well, let's play another game, which is the tower, and it wasn't available. So Final Defender was a game that not only I was interested to test and have some ads, but a game that was similar to the tower, right? The same thing, which is one playthrough that you are one tower that you're defending, that you're upgrading, and the goal is there. Now, technically speaking, it's a perfect copy of the tower. The names are different, but it's the same thing. The ultimate weapons are different, but it's the same thing. The card system is different, but it's the same thing. The tier is different, but it's the same thing. The milestone. However, it's a great opportunity. It's a great alternative if you don't like how the tower is run, or the fact that the tower is very expensive. Final Defender is a great solution for that. Right. The coolest thing with Final Defender is how simple it is. We are running this on a 13-year-old tablet, and the music is amazing. It's a fun game. It's boring because it's the same thing. I would say that visually speaking, it's not interesting. However, I will have to give it the case of with the sounds, it's better. There's no skin, there's no background, which kind of sucks. But who knows? Maybe I can get them later on. Maybe I didn't unlock them yet. We'll see. And yeah, it's kind of crazy good. I'm having a hard time because we're always doing the comparison, right? It's like doing a Zelda Ocarina of Time versus Majora's Mask. It's the same freaking universe, the same NPCs, right? It's a completely different game. I guess it's a good game. We're far in. We are at 99 tier 1, which is kind of good. Type 1. I like that there's planets. Now this is lagging like crazy, so not sure as to what's going on right now. So what we're gonna do is, yeah, this is an old tablet, so all we have to do is increase my attack, so it kills more enemies, and because it kills more enemies, then there's less enemies on the screen. That means less demanding for the tablets itself. So kind of super cool. It's a great game. Check it out. Don't blink if you're buying. I don't have enough storage. Fuck. Okay, so now we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. ¿Dónde están? ¿Dónde están? 203. 203. Don't trust the who. Don't trust the who. Don't trust me. She like me fake it, man. She like me feeling man. She like the feeling man. Don't trust the who. Never trust the who. Don't trust the who. Don't trust me. Shush, girl. Shut your lips. Do the Helen Keller. And talk with your hips. I said, shush, girl. Shut your lips. Do the Helen Keller. And talk with your hips. She wants to touch you, man. She wants to do she man. Don't trust the who. Don't trust the who. Don't trust the who. Don't trust me. Do 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 do. Don't blink as you're buying. Welcome to Commentary Show. Because of doing WAPs, that having a wonderful day on this 1st October 2025. Today we are reviewing our thumbnail on our tablet, which is the Galaxy Tab E. So why are we bringing this up? This is super cool. This is really, really nice. One of the most dumb video that I ever done, but fuck it, let's do it. So this is something that's really important to me. Really important. So this is something that I bought when I first came in the apartment, right? Back in the days, you could get a phone and it would give you credit in store that you could buy something. And what ended up happening is we bought the tablet. Now, also speaking, the tablet was completely worthless. Why? Well, because we didn't have Wi-Fi, so we were watching DVDs, right? And the phone was doing a better job, which was kind of crazy, right? However, it starts having a purpose. The tablet was super advanced, so when you go to YouTube, you could have a video on YouTube, and it would tell you, hey, you're playing a game right now. Will allow you to play the game, plus they'll have the first pop-in. So for example, they call it the picture-in-picture, PIP. I don't know what you heard about me, because I'm a motherfucking PIP. You can play YouTube or TikTok, you decide. And it was nice because I did that before, and I was like, okay, well, back in the days, I was playing Final Fantasy, which is 2000, I want to say 15 or 16. Oh, it was a shizzle. I was so freaking good. And I was like, okay, well, guess what? I'm going to have some fun with this one. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. And it's simply, how can I say this? It's simply a factor of what I can accomplish here, you know? I can do two things. And this was my very first multitasking, right? And I remember fondly not having Wi-Fi. I remember fondly going to a shopping center, not even nearby, and bringing my phone and bringing the tablet. On one phone I used to play, download some videos, and on the tablet I used to watch YouTube and download some videos, right? And it was super cool because the tablet was all I ever wanted, right? And it was kind of really sharp compared to a phone. And I was doing some mobile gaming back then, so I was too broke to buy another console. Our PS3 broke, so I was like, okay, well, what do I do? And it's kind of cool because my phone was a Huawei. It's a throwaway phone, right? So it costs you $80. It is the basis of the basis. There's nothing to do with it, right? And we upgrade to Sony Xperia. So the Sony Xperia that was great. However, the Sony Xperia, we used it like we use every single other phone. We used to play it emulator on it. Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, PSP. Now the problem with the Sony Xperia wasn't the mode. It was the game that we had. Most games that were interesting were requiring a internet connection, right? And the internet connection, I didn't have it. So I was like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? What do I do here, right? So on the tablet, what was cool is you could play basically every single game that you could, and it was just fun. It was just fun. And I remember forever, I fell into depression, and this is why it's so important. I literally think that I threw it away. I was in depression, right? And I was bored out of my mind. So I did download every single videos on YouTube of Zelda. And people are gonna get pissed at what I did. I don't care. That was 10 years ago, so go ahead. I used to be in my bath, super comfortable in a warm bath. And what I would do is I would have the Zelda. So the Zelda way was so good, it was because there was no voice acting. You could just read it. So I was playing Final Fantasy in the bath, watching and listening to Zelda playthrough and just reading it. And it was the best. So we found it, and I was like, you know what? I can have YouTube on it. So the reason as to why this status is so important right now, right here, right now, is because I am going back to writing. I feel like writing. I miss writing, so I'm going back to writing. Now, I have things like Netflix or YouTube on my TV. However, the YouTube, I can do it, but what am I watching on YouTube? What I cannot react to? I'm watching some video that I'm watching Outdoors Boys. I'm watching Kid Boga, which is great. But then I want to watch Netflix on the TV. Why? Because I'm using the computer to write, obviously. And kind of crazy because as stupid as it is, you have the screen here, you have the same screen there. Here you're writing, you're switching your eyesight to look at the TV. When you're switching your eyesight to look at the TV, then you're not as focused. Versus this is in the background and I'm having fun, right? So what we decided to do was, okay, so I was like, you know what? I found a tablet. Maybe I can watch some TV on it. Maybe I can watch some Netflix on it. Netflix just told me this is not compatible with your with your version. So I tried to download. And the problem with this one is we only have 11 gigs. So I cannot have TikTok because TikTok takes a shit ton of time. It takes a lot of space, right? Oh, 50%, 2%, and 7%. Shit. So yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah. With time I was like, okay, well, YouTube it is. YouTube told me this is not good enough. So I was like, you know what? We play the tower. So we already have 4 playthroughs of the tower. But like, you know what? At this point, one less, I don't mind. And I wanted to do something that's kind of cool because this is a really retro device. I wanted to do something that was really retro. And the idea behind it was to do something that was so retro that it sort of made some sort of sense. Very confusing, but it makes sense. How does it make sense? Well, it makes sense if you are in a position where you were around when it was back then, right? Why do I like USB key? Because I grew up with them. Why do I like DVDs? Because I grew up with them. Why do I like the Nintendo 64? Because I grew up with it, right? That's as simple as this. So with Talent, I was like, you know what? Let's play the tower. The tower is too new for that. So I had to find a game, and now it's working. So now what we're gonna do is a retro playthrough, but it's just so good, and it's just so good because you're taking literally taking something that is for garbage and you're reusing it. There's a lot of ads on TV that says, hey, don't throw away your old electronics, recycle them, right? And I'm like, not only do I recycle them, but I'm using them myself, which is amazing. And it just goes to show that I'm a hoarder, first of all, but it's kind of cool that I didn't throw it away because now we're using it. And yes, we can't play the tower because it's too old, because it's too new. We're gonna have to watch YouTube because it's too new. We're gonna watch Netflix because it's too new. When I'm talking about too new, I'm talking about the current version. And then that's pretty much it, you know? It's kind of nuts when you think about it, because we accomplished so much. Kind of nuts when you think about it because we're still accomplishing so much, and this is kind of nice because right now I'm not motivated to make content. So the first thing that I had was this is time to relax. And I was like, okay, well, can I relax? Let's work, right? Which is a great thing. Now, is it perfect? No, it's just a fun fact about using something, and I just think it's kind of cool We're using my recording cell. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the video here. I'm back in about an hour. But yeah, cool little tidbits of information, isn't it? I love you guys. Take it easy. And I want to end the video with there's nothing else to say. I just thought it was a kind of a cool thing. And this is Tab E. We bought it. I don't even know when we bought it, but it was a while ago. Doesn't work. Shit. We have extra quarter, which is perfect because it works, but it breaks a lot, and it's not ideal. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Also, the button to go back to the main screen is broken, so I have to literally go. I literally have to go and the tabs, the recent app. We're going for the recent app, and we're going for extra quarter. This phone is so old that I let it charge for the whole night. It was 43%. So how insane is that? And of course, you're thinking back to the thing that we don't want to. I mean, this is all pointless. This is all meaningless until you give it meanings. And I think the cool thing is you give things meaning, right? So yeah, so I love you guys. I really do. Take it easy. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the shower. I'm gonna wait a little bit. My apologies. My sincerest apologies. My sincerest apologies. 'Cause I fucked up, I want up. Oh, I know. Oh, I saw. Oh, I know. So yeah, so let's go. Let's go. My be my darling, my Susie, my Ellen. So I have to do the Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and we still have to do yeah, that's easy though. Okay, let's go. I'll be back.